about any questions you have about any of the many projects I've ever done and am doing. We discuss what you are trying to do with your life, and we try to have a good time while we do it. That is the vibe of this live. If you're looking for it to be something to try to hook up, you need to find another live. Yeah, you gotta find another live, people. And so every Tuesday and Thursdays, so be sure you hit the follow button. I do Industry Night with E. I'm a little late tonight because I did have a dinner, and so I'm jumping on a little bit later than normal. And I have said this, I don't know, and I'm going to ask this question. Let me wait for a few more people. I have to do what TikTok tells me. Wait for the people to come in. Let's try to get to 10K in the chat. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get 10K in the chat tonight. Someone says that I was great in the Hughleys. Oh, and it made you laugh and happy. Thank you for that. I hope we did. We had a really good time doing the Hughleys for 4 seasons. Would have loved to have done it for 8 seasons. But we did 4 seasons of a show that was a hit on ABC. So we did 2 seasons on ABC, 2 seasons on the UPN network, and both times it was a hit. So thank you for that. And yes, this is the hair for today. It was washed earlier, so it's a little bit poofy, but that is okay. Someone said, what was it like working with Eric Allen Kramer? So a lot of people won't know who that is. So Eric is very, very nice, first of all. Eric was very, very nice, and he was a joy to work with. So I had fun working with him. I used to give him so much crap, though. This is a funny story. I'll answer some more questions after I finish this one. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Yes, come. Be sure you share the live. Be sure you join my bulletin board. That's where a lot of things notices get pushed first. Again, share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the verified page of Elise Neal, the actress. And somebody asked, was I a dancer before I was an actress? 100%. I started dancing at the age of 6 years old. So from 6 years old to I still dance to this day, just not professionally. And I do kind of want to get back into doing some dance classes and stuff because I want to get back on stage. Now, I used to do a lot of chorus work. I was a chorus girl living in New York, doing music videos, but most of the time I was doing chorus work. And yes, I was in Money Talks. But again, this is the verified TikTok of my page. I've done so many different projects. I love the fact that everybody has their favorites, but I appreciate you guys loving Money Talks because that was a lot of fun years ago. So here's what we need for tonight, y'all. One day I'm going to do a live like everybody else, and I'm going to be asking for just to see what happens. Galaxies and all the things, just to see what happens. I'm not going to do that tonight because I know I'm on here a little bit later than I would normally be. But I promise you there's going to be a time where I'm just going to just have fun with it, see what we can get on here because it's so much going on in my life. Somebody said, what are you doing now? I'm still acting. This is what I have to say every single time I get on here. I act, and maybe you just have not seen the projects. It is impossible to know, because you don't know me, what I do every day and what projects. That's why I always encourage people to follow. If you follow and you like my work, then you'll know what I'm doing. And I encourage you to follow any actors or whatever you love, like follow them so you have a little bit more understanding. So tonight, in terms of the gift guide, we need the usual 10 daily heart me's. And I started this, and I actually have fun with this. I've started this thing where it's the cute little popcorns. If you give the popcorn, I tell a crazy story. From acting, from anything, okay? So I tell a crazy story. If you give the popcorns, and the stories I've been picking, again, we don't do nothing that's going to get me in trouble on here. And a lot of things, I got so many stories, I'm saving some for the book. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you for the galaxy. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Somebody, right? What was that? Right out. Right. Oh, somebody's shouting out their podcast. So yeah. Okay. So the gift guide tonight, we need 10 daily heart me's and we need 3 of the popcorns. So if you give the popcorns, thank you for the daily heart me's. If you give the popcorns, I tell a juicy story. And that's been fun. People have been loving that because my stories are juicy. Oh my God. I think I told some crazy stuff last time. Let's get these daily heart me's done. Thank you so much. But yeah, if you want to hear a crazy story from an audition, last time I told something that happened to me with a relationship. I spill a little tea, but again, that's what makes it fun. If you do the popcorn, we spill stuff. Oh, what's that cute one that's popped up in the corner? What was that? What was that? That was cute. Something that sneaks in the corner. What was that? Let's try to get it up to 15K messages, 15K people in the chat. That would make me honey. That would make me happy. I can't even talk. I've been up and doing stuff all day. Let's get the live up. Let's get everybody sharing like this. That's what I would like. Oh, so here's a popcorn. I love this. I love this little gift. That's so cute. Oh, now we got 2 of them. Okay, so let's start off lighter. What is this? So Black Star Power personified. Oh, thank you. Yes, I would consider myself Black Star Power personified 100%. Let's start off a little bit light. I have so many stories. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to when I was living in New York. Okay. New York got a lot of stories. I did a story last time. I'll just share a 2-in-1. I did a story last time about living in New York and what that was like coming from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. First time I'd ever lived on an airplane. Thank you for the okay, wait, now we got 3. Now we got 3 popcorns. Hold on. I gotta get through the stories. Thank you all for that. And a lot of people didn't know this, but a lot of people verified in the chat that if you were in New York City in the mid 80s, it was filthy in Times Square and had XXX movie theaters all around. And me and one of my dancer friends had to run from some dude to get away from him because he was trying to grab my friend to pull her into the XXX. If you don't know how much they cleaned it up, and a lot of people told me in the chat it was Rudy Giuliani that cleaned up New York at that time. Again, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I didn't know who cleaned it up, but that's what a lot of people told me in the chat. Thank you guys so much. We are 50% away from the goal. Why is it 50%? Oh, maybe we need some more daily heart me's. I literally just saw 3 of the things. See, let me keep talking. So let me keep talking. All right. So here's the deal. Y'all, so I was at an audition. This is the worst. This will go down as one of the worst auditions I have ever had. And again, I like to share stuff because every day is not a great day. So thank you for the daily heart me. We just need to run it up to the 10 daily heart me's. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for the daily heart me's. Thank you guys for any of the gifts you guys are giving. Thank you. Your first part of your name is Ray. Thank you so much. Y'all. So I'm doing one of my first, okay, let me get it together. So as I just explained, if you did not know, I was a dancer first. I got a full scholarship as a professional dancer because I was that good. Okay. So I got a full scholarship from Overton High School, stand up, Overton High School in Memphis, Tennessee. I got a full scholarship as a dancer and went to school at PCPA in Philadelphia. So for the first, so I went to college, and then honestly, I dropped out of college. Me and my friends used to go to New York City to audition for stuff on the weekends, whenever we had time, whenever we didn't have classes. That was always my goal. I wanted to be like Debbie Allen. Let's just keep it real. So I was on the hunt for auditions, jobs. So here's what was unexpected. I booked something. I didn't expect me to book something with all that back and forth from college to New York, right? So this is like after my second year of college, I booked something for Atlantic City. So then I actually did a show in Atlantic City for gotta be almost 7 months or more, and, decided not to go back to school. I'm going back forward to what the crazy drama was. So I'm having one of my first auditions as an actor. I studied, I went to acting classes, I've done the thing, and I'm having this audition, right? This is going to have to be a 2-in-1 because I know y'all want something juicier than this, but this is just a share of it's never always a good audition. Y'all, I came and didn't realize how light the seat was that I sat in. And so I'm ready. I got my lines. I'm ready to do this audition. When I tell you I sat in the seat, boom, like that, y'all, I felt, when I say I fell back, I flipped. I sat down to do the audition. I'm ready. Let me try to get this job, honey. I sat down and it just went woo. And then I tumbled over the freaking back in front of the casting people, the director, everybody. It was so not graceful. I was all like, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. So, I come in and I'm just like, hi, I'm Elise Neal. Oh, yes, hi, I'm Elise Neal. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for seeing me. Yeah. Whoosh. And then legs went up in the air, flipped over, and was so freaking embarrassed. Needless to say, I did not get that job. They probably were like, this child. We're going to have to do a 2-in-1. Y'all probably don't think that's juicy enough, but that is 100% true. 100% true. Yeah, so every audition is never smooth, y'all. Oh, somebody says that they love me and their mom loves me. Well, shout out to you and shout out to your mom. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'll tell another audition story because I've got lots of those. Hey, everybody, for being here in the chat. Let's get the chat up. Somebody said, damn, I know. It was so embarrassing. Because to me, if I would have rocked in the chair and, got my composure, but when I tell you I sat and I didn't realize the chair was not weighted, and to have your feet go up, child. But I'll tell another audition story because I got a lot of them. No offense taken if you tell me that I'm beautiful. I appreciate that. But there's lots of different variations of beautiful, and there's so many other things about me that are beautiful. My soul, how I take care of people, my talent, you know what I'm saying? But thank you. I had this one audition that I really want. This happens. I'm sure every actor has this story. I'm saying these stories too to encourage you guys too. If I'm giving a story about auditions and stuff, because they don't always be smooth. But this is what happened to. Actually, I'll say that I got so many. Trust me. The thing about COVID, it has really changed the scope of what we used to do about auditions. And I kind of miss that because we would usually do more like in-person auditions where, it's more nerve-wracking when you're in these auditions and all of your competition is in the same room. Like I've been to auditions with all of your favorites are in the room and we're all going for the same part. That is the crazy thing about being an actor. But here's the thing. I was used to that because I was a dancer. It's the same thing. If you're dancing, oh, thank you for that. That's cute. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's super cute. Same thing for all the years of being a dancer. I'd be in my black outfit. It'd be a line of and sometimes with oh, thank you. Sometimes with the dancing, you guys, it would be like 1,000 people because a lot of times with dancing, it's open calls. So I've been to auditions with 1,000 dancers. So the audition process, again, luckily for me, my background prepared me for that. Like I don't mind the audition process. Yeah, I mind if I don't get it, but that's part of the beast. But I've been so used to the beast of sometimes getting it, sometimes not getting it. So that makes that a little bit easier for me. You know what I'm saying? Like not all the way. Anyway, because of COVID, there's not a lot of in-person auditions anymore. So if there's anybody in here that's on the beginning of their acting journey, I hate to tell y'all, it's way harder now because now you're not even in front of a lot of casting people. Now they can't get your energy. Now you can't go in the room and just be your funny self and tell a funny joke and get the room warmed up so then they can be like, oh, I want to work with that person because that person is hella cool. All of that is gone. It's very technical. So I don't know if you guys see people, maybe it's because also I'm an actor. I get a lot of stuff in my feed about the freaking lighting. Okay. So in my feed is people always selling light. And honestly, I still need one more light. But anyone in here that's trying to be an actor, this is what you need. Content creator, actor. This is what you need. You need 2 big, strong lights, not just one. I'm doing my live with you guys with just one because I'm just talking, but you need super strong lighting, And I just encourage everybody to, find a corner in your home or your house or your apartment and just make it your audition corner. That's what has always worked for me. Like I always have a part of my place that's the audition or Zoom or whatever corner with maybe a plant that the plant can be removed. You know what I'm saying? If you're standing, a good chair that you look good sitting in and just enough room to stand and or sit, a blank wall or purchase from TikTok Shop or Amazon, something that looks like these walls that's very blank. Oh, my arm looks good. Something blank that's, is not busy because they don't like that. I honestly, because I'm Black girl. I don't like a white wall because I feel like and I'm not, I think if I was browner, a white wall would look great with like browner skin or darker skin. But to me, a white wall makes me look washed out. So you have to get a really good wall. You have to get strong lighting. And also, just so you guys know too, I also have a light that's close to my face. So I have a light that's lighting up my face and I have the light. So if you're doing your self-tapes, please do not be in the dark. Okay. Please do not be in the dark. They're not even going to watch it. So I will say, okay, I'm not bringing it up to brag, but if you do not know, years and years and years and years and years, why am I glowing? I always glow. Thank you for grits, but let me get this out. I'll talk about grits in a second. I always glow. I take care of my skin. I work out all the time. I'm mad that it's so late because I was supposed to work out today, but who knows? I might still stay up late and work out. But you have to have the proper lighting. You also need, this is the list. Let's just go through the list. Again, this was not supposed to be the subject, but y'all know me. This is something I get passionate about. Here's the list. You need strong lighting. You need 2 big lights, huge ones, 2 big lights. Oh, thank you for your first gift. I didn't know it tells me that. What's your name? Andrew. Thank you for your first gifts. So let's do that while we're pausing. You guys check the gift guide. We needed those popcorns, which I think we're done with the popcorns. Maybe we need one more popcorn. I'm not sure. Can't tell yet from where my light thing is. But yeah, we needed the popcorn with the eyes, because that's what I'm doing. I'm telling stories for the popcorn, because again, popcorn, you get it. So you need amazing headshot from a headshot photographer. You need a reel. If you don't know what a reel is a compilation of 1-minute videos, about 4 1-minute videos that shows your best work. I've always said it's best to mix those up. Have one be comedy, have one be like serious drama, have one be you just looking good, like guys and girls. Always have one video that you look really great in. Think of Aaron Pierre. The man does action, but he looks really good. So you want them to, if you know you feeling yourself in a certain suit, have a tape with you in that suit. Have something that's comedy, something that's drama, something that's just like a leading man or woman, and then just something else that you like. 4 1-minute clips. That's what you need. Some people ask me, how do you get the 1-minute clips? Since I'm on the subject, I'll tell you what I did when I first started from dancing to acting. Backstage. Backstage is still around. Backstage.com now. It used to be something you could pick up at a newsstand. Everybody wants money. So you have to subscribe to Backstage.com. I was actually looking on it today. What's unfortunate for me at this stage, they don't have a lot of union work on there. They do sometimes, but not as much. But when I tell you guys need to subscribe because it's so much work on there. It's so many things on there. And if you're not signing up to Backstage.com or you don't have your stuff together, you need to get your stuff together. You need to tell yourself, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks and I'm going to go out there. And on Backstage.com, they have a whole listing of short films, a whole listing of people who are graduating and doing their thesis film. I did 3 people who were graduating from film schools. And I think I did them like back to back to back. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I did them back to back to back. Like one weekend I did one. Next weekend I did another. Thank you. Thank you very much. The next weekend I did another. Thank you. You know, I just banged it out. In life, if you want something, sometimes you just got to bang it out. I will say sometimes at this age, I can overthink stuff. But when I was younger, and I need to get back to that, I would just get it done. Subscribe to Backstage, get it done, get them tapes, get that reel, and you can self-submit. You don't need an agent. That's the best thing about Backstage. You do not need an agent to get a job on Backstage, especially when you are new, you haven't had enough credits. And that's another thing I'll tell you. Don't expect to have an agent at ICM. ICM is one of the biggest agencies in the world, or CAA. CAA is one of the biggest agencies in the world. Don't expect to have them as your representation right out the gate. You have to at least have enough credits. Nobody does this for free, right? The big agencies want you to be so known that they know that they can get you work. I know it's backwards. You would think it would be, oh, the big agency would want me and then they're going to help me. Those days, unfortunately, are gone. I wish it was still like that. It is kind of depressing. It's not like that anymore. But yeah, but you can get representation. And like I said, you can self-submit. I be looking for stuff on Backstage, but again, I cannot do non-union work. I can only do union work. So that is the formula. Headshot, resume, a digital, something that you can email, that you have all of these 4 tapes that you can email to casting, et cetera, et cetera. Also put on backstage.com, and you can do all of this stuff and you can get a job. That is the formula. Okay. And I saw somebody come through here and said something about veneers. No, baby, I do not have veneers and I've never worn braces. These are my teeth. If they look a little weird, this is what I've been with my whole life. These are the teeth I was born with. Oh, and you're welcome. You're welcome. So again, this is what I do on Industry Night. I share tips, I share tricks to help you be successful in the TV and film industry. A lot of times I do consultations. I actually have a consultation in a week. This one girl was on live the other day. She said, no, I want a consultation. So I'm going to give her all of the tips and tricks that she needs. I mean, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll say this, and I'm not saying this to be funny. I feel like I had a lot of heads up when I was with my ex-fiance like 20 years ago. I used to be engaged to a director, a very prominent director in Hollywood. And I used to watch him do like auditions. I used to watch him pick, what? No, I'm not messing with him. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I used to watch, my point is, I used to watch him, his process of picking talent, picking the different talent. And that let me know how I shouldn't be. Because again, they look at the picture, trust and believe. They look at the picture hella hard. The people of power look at your picture hella hard. And I've seen him and other friends along the way. They look at the picture and the picture doesn't grab their attention. They're like, they move on to the next person. That picture got to grab their attention. Thank you for that. That picture got to grab their attention, y'all. So I know a lot of people just be like, I'm just going to rock with this picture now. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Somebody said, what about Central Casting Agency? I always talk about the stuff that I know the most about. I'm familiar with Central Casting Agency. I think that is a place for background work, right? Somebody say yes or no. I think that I'm not as familiar with that, but maybe somebody else in the chat would know. I'm not as familiar with that one. Oh, okay. So somebody in the chat said yes, that is possibly a good place. Again, that is the thing about me. In any instance in life that I discuss, that we get into, I tell it from my own experience. Okay. So if there's something I'm not bringing up, that's not my own experience. I'll tell you a story, but it ain't going to be a lie. I'll tell you how to get there, but it's going to be the truth. I'm not going to steer you wrong in any way possible. But yeah, so, okay. So I'm going to get back to my story. I haven't forgot. I know you guys gave me the popcorns. Okay. So y'all, as I was saying, it's so different now because I used to see like, the Vivicas. The topic of discussion is we're just having a conversation about anything I feel like discussing. And right now what we're discussing is somebody asked me what the discussion is about. I put popcorns, and that's my new thing. If you give me the popcorn, I'll give you a story or a good juicy story from back in the day. We have enough popcorns. You want to give me another one? That's cool. But I got to do the ones I already got. So, all right. I am auditioning, y'all. I'm at the callback. I don't care because it's over. I never tell anybody's names. So don't think I'm going to do that because I ain't trying to be sued. Okay. but I was at the callback for Blackish. Yeah, I was at the callback for Blackish. Okay. It was probably 5 actresses when I was there that was at the callback for Blackish. Of course, I would have loved to have gotten that job, man. But shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross. But she fit it. She was supposed to be mixed because that's based on a true story, and it's about his real life, and his wife is mixed. I'm not mixed. I'm a black girl. If you didn't know, I'm a black girl. My mama was black. My daddy was black. But, they said that they thought I was hilarious. And so they kept bringing me in. And, but yeah, so I'm there with a few of your favorites and this one actress. Again, I don't say names here. So it's like 5 of us in the waiting room to go to the callback. It may have been the producer session. This is the rotation. You audition, you have a callback, and if it's television, you're going to have a producer session, meaning that people from the network are going to be in the room when you go back that 3rd time. So I think this was a producer session. So I'm at the producer session for Blackish. There's this one actress that's there. And she's irritated because we were waiting a long time. I'm not going to lie. We were waiting a long time. We were waiting at least an hour. Y'all, they used to do us so dirty. And they probably still doing a lot of things. But it's been cut down so much because we don't do a lot of in-person auditions anymore. But y'all, we would be in that room waiting for a good hour to be seen for auditions. And if you want to do this job, I'm letting you know. You got to make sure you carve off enough time with your family or whatever that you will sometimes sit there for an hour waiting for them to call your name because they're sitting there making someone that's in the room already like, yeah, oh yeah, no, you're doing good. Do it again. Okay, so when you do it this next time, do it like this. And they do that with pretty much everybody. So the process itself, thank you for the love. The process itself takes a bit of time, right? But they get behind. They probably start for lunch. It becomes a whole thing. It is annoying. It is annoying. So I'm there with this actress. This one actress is irritated, right? She's irritated. She's like, how much longer? She's vocalizing it in her seat. Oh my God. Like she's doing all of that. She's pacing back and forth. And seriously, it's irritating. Okay. We sitting there irritated too, but we're just trying to keep our composure because we know we trying to go in there too, right? We're trying to keep our composure. You're trying to remember your lines. You're trying to make sure your focus, your zen is on point. Yeah, she's doing the most. And then somebody will come out from the production. How much longer? I mean, we've all been sitting. I am not exaggerating. We've all been sitting here. Like she was a hot mess. So she finally, I guess she was before. So somebody said such a diva. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how. There's so many divas, y'all. There's so many divas. Now, let me finish my story and then I'll get into something else. And this is somebody of color, okay? So just keep that in mind. Y'all have no idea, though. A lot of people are very extra. A lot of people are very extra. I personally don't have time to be that extra, okay? I don't have time. And I've been doing this for a long, long time. And no, it wasn't Neal long. So let's just get that out of the way. It was not her. So long that I just sit there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just sit there. So this girl finally has her turn to go. And then when she walks out, okay, It wasn't Jennifer Lewis. I'm not going to say a lot of people, okay? I'm just going to, if it's not them, I'm just going to kind of leave it alone. So basically, she walks out after she's finished, right? She finally finishes or whatever. And so she walks out. She goes to the elevator because, again, it's a whole thing. Comments are definitely going to be messaged out. That's why I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say who it was anymore. That stuff. Y'all be messy. Y'all can figure. Y'all let me tell the story. Dang it. So then she gets to the elevator. Now, and I will say this too. It wasn't Tracy who got the job. So whoever else y'all want to guess, have at it. I'm not saying. So she gets to the elevator. And she just gets on the elevator, right? And she just goes, ah! Like we can hear her scream to the top of her lungs in the freaking elevator. Ooh, thank you. I was like, what the? Unhinged like crazy. And then after a while, we all just kind of like, oh my God. And then we all who were left just started laughing because it was insane. She'd been stressed out and doing the most the whole damn time. And I said this before, it wasn't my girl Neal Long. I've said that. Leave me alone. And it wasn't Tracy who got the job. Leave me alone. Have at it in the comments. But like I said, I was in shock. She may have been, I don't know, because again, when you're sitting in these rooms, and this is again is an ABC show, everybody's looking cute. Everybody's sitting over there, dressed to the nines. You're in the waiting room. Everybody's being very proper. They're giving us water. I think they're giving us a little cookie or something. We've been out there forever. But that was crazy. I was like. And then we all sat around and waited on until it was our turn. And then I did my audition and, I got a call telling me that I did a great job, but I wasn't going to get it. And what's funny is I saw Kenyon Burris probably 3 months after that. And we had a really good conversation about it. I was out at this place that I used to like to go to in Beverly Hills, and he just happened to be there. And I was like, yeah, I ain't get it, obviously. That type of thing, right? But I was like, man. He was like, Elise, you're funny, you're amazing. But obviously, look, Tracy, that was Tracy's job. She's supposed to be mixed. She's supposed to be, a mixed woman. That's part of the actual thing that the show is about, based on Kenyon Burris's real life, and his real life wife is mixed. So, of course, I still would. How many seasons did that do? I think it did 8. Of course, I would love that job. Okay, of course, I would love that job. But yeah, you guys have no idea. A lot of people who y'all think are probably really nice are great on camera. Let's just say that. And a lot of people are super, super, super nice. I'm not going to say the name because y'all do too much. Y'all would probably clip it. This will end up being on somebody's blog. We don't got time for all of that stuff, okay? We don't have time for all of that stuff. And they do that now, y'all. I have noticed an uptake of blogs going into people's lives and putting little clips from somebody's lives on their blogs. So no, y'all ain't gonna get me out here on no blog for no drama, child. Can't do it. Somebody said initials. Y'all are funny. Yeah, they clip. Thank you. Somebody in agreeing with me. They do. They clip everything. They be looking for likes and views and all of that stuff. So no, I ain't gonna get in. I like my life. Okay. I like my life as it is. So Before I started talking on that, I think I need to tell one more story. Because again, if you're just getting here, hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, this is the verified TikTok page for me, Elise Neal. I have been on TikTok since the panorama. That's what I call the pandemic. And for years, the first 3 years, I barely get on TikTok. But lately, I've been doing the lives because I like talking to you guys and talking about my experiences in the business and also giving tips. So every Tuesday, every Thursday is Industry Night with E, which is tonight. I was a little late for that tonight because I had dinner plans. So the dinner plans has me in the dress and sitting here talking to y'all later than usual. Let's see, starting to realize a lot of celebrities. What was that question? Starting to realize a lot of celebrities. What? What you saying? Oh, somebody said starting to realize a lot of celebrities are going live on TikTok. And somebody said, why? Why not? Here's the thing. Some people are late to the party. You know, I have a lot of content creating friends. So, and dancer friends. And dancers was really like one of the first formats on TikTok. So my dancer friends got me hip to TikTok again in the pandemic. So I've been a member of TikTok since 2020. So even if my TikTok has been all over the place and there's been somebody messing with it, and I have verified that. So if there's anything in there that says I'm not from since 2020, I've been in here since 2020. But I used to do a lot more dancing and fun things and stuff like that. And probably like the last 7 months, I've been doing live because I like it. I like being able to have my industry night with E, and I like being able to give tips and help people get into the TV and film industry. I think that's a great thing about TikTok. It's a good way to connect with the audience, and it's a good way for me to share information. One of my friends is trying to call me, child. She's gonna have to wait because I am live. But yeah, she's gonna be mad because I gotta dismiss her. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. But yeah, so I like going on TikTok. But here's the thing. Why is there such a, maybe y'all can answer this for me. What did you say? I saw you on the Hughley show. Yes, I did. I was on the D.L. Hughley show. I've been a series regular on 8, maybe 9 television shows. And I have had so many guest spots. So many guest spots. But here's the question I have for you guys. What's the discourse? Why are people, because here's the thing, we're all people, right? We're all individuals. You're on here. Why can't I be on here? You like TikTok. Why can't I like TikTok? You want to go live. Why can't I go live? I don't understand that. I really don't. I'm being dead honest. I don't understand the discord of things that people think that people who have a different career than them, again, because this is a job. Being an actor is a job. And if you treat it as something other than a job, you're not going to be successful at it. But we should know, everybody in the world want to be on TikTok. There should not be nobody with a problem with that. I absolutely love being on here. I ain't going nowhere. Now, somebody asked me a few minutes ago, do I battle? No, I don't battle. I'm not trying to battle. I don't want to do that. I said to a couple of my friends, it would be fun if we decide to do like a night. And I've done this in the past and it was so much fun. Did like talent competitions and or battle that way, or have like split screen just once or twice. I'm not trying to do all of that every day. I see people battling, and y'all know this. Southie Santana told y'all this. He makes like $100,000 off of battling on this platform. So if that's something that y'all like doing, y'all need to get on that because they paying for the battles. I do this because I like it. That's my reasoning. Now I might get on TikTok shop because people is racking up on TikTok Shop, and that's what this app loves. The app loves for you to do the TikTok Shop. The app loves for you to, and sell the things that I like. Everybody always asks me what I do for my skin or whatever. I would sell stuff that I like. You know what I'm saying? Things that I use. I would do that. So again, why not? Why can't we be on here just like you're on here? I don't get that. I don't get that Discord. Thank you for the day you heard me. So that's crazy, right? Y'all have no idea what we deal with in some of these auditions and stuff. People be in a corner. People be like talking to themselves. Well, we all be talking to ourselves and going over our lines and stuff. People be doing a lot. But that particular audition, when that girl did that, was like, is she okay? And then when she finally left, we were like, whoa, and we just all started laughing. Man, I hate that we don't do as many in-person auditions anymore. Because it's always a good time or a good story, man. Oh, somebody said they were watching Scream 2. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. I would love to pop up in another Scream. They keep doing them, so I would love to pop up in another Scream movie. Yeah. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna keep it real. Usually when I do these live, so for the new people that's in here right now, I do Industry Night with E on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I actually went to dinner. I usually do it a little bit earlier, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, but I was at dinner and I was like, I'm still gonna do it. So that's why I'm actually I'm usually in a baseball cap or some jeans or something like that, but I'm coming from the outside. I was outside. Somebody said, hey, Nadine. So Nadine was my character in How to Be a Player. And it was literally on last night. I turned on the television and said, what about making skits? Somebody said, what about making skits and posting on social media? What are my thoughts? I think do it tomorrow. Grab some friends and do skits tomorrow. Everything right now is exposure. I'm not going to sit here and try to say I'm lazy, but because I'm from a lane of things need to be a little bit more perfect. I want these ideas that I have to be a little bit more perfect, but I would do a vertical. If you are especially new to the industry and you have a group of friends that you love to hang around and they want to be in the business, comedians, funny guys or funny girls for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Get with them, write some shit out and do like a 10 episode vertical and put it up and get somebody that knows how to edit. That is a huge component. Get somebody who knows how to edit and put that up on YouTube. Right now, it is about exposure. You got to get that exposure. These people ain't trying to do no work, child. You got to get that exposure. That is the only way it happens now. Okay? So if that's something you would love to do, do it. Somebody said, aren't you the woman from All of Us? Y'all are so funny. Y'all are just coming to the live, and I appreciate it. But y'all don't even look up and see whose page you're on. I know y'all just scrolling. But yes, my name is Elise Neal. It's the verified page right here at the top. Be sure you click the follow button. Join my bulletin board. I go live about 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Industry Night with E. A lot of times I come on and I give my acting tips. I'm not acting tips. I apologize. I do workouts in the gym. The other day I did a workout in the gym. My legs are still hurting from doing the gym workout. So I do all of that on here. Now, of course, it's starting to glitch. That's why I be feeling like somebody, I know somebody's messing with my page. But hi, hater. We'll just say hi. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I have gone through this before. Somebody said, what's a good casting company? So here's the thing. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I wish it did. You can have a really good relationship with some casting directors. I would even encourage you, if you do all of the steps, and if you missed the steps that I gave, I'll say them again. If you're just getting started, you need to get a quality headshot. That's the first thing you need, a quality headshot. As a person who has spent 7 years with a director, a very prominent director in Hollywood back in the day, they look at that first. And if they don't like your headshot, they just throw your headshot to the side. That's just facts. I've seen it happen. Okay. So you need a quality headshot. You need a reel that can be a downloadable reel. A reel is clips of your work. So you need 4 clips of your work that are 1 minute long, not any longer. Something with comedy, something with drama, something that you are a leading man or woman, because that is important. You want to show the people that you can be a leading man. That is about your status. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be the Tiana Taylor career, you got to show the people that you can have leading roles, that you're going to be good enough and know how to present yourself in a leading role. So you have to put something in there that shows you in the lead, if that makes sense. Somebody said, would I like to be on the soap opera Beyond the Gates? You know what? I never even thought of that, but that's one of my friends. Jasmine Burke is on there. That's one of my buddies. Love her to death. And yeah, I would do that. I would do that for sure. What else y'all asking about? I have friends trying to make it. Ooh, and what? Wait, what? I know I'll be going back because I'll be like, what you talking about? Oh, first of all, somebody said their friend has great ideas. What? He has great ideas for movies. What can he do? It's not complete, but I think I get what you're saying. Somebody said that their son has great ideas for movies, but what can he do to get them seen? Now, here's the thing. I always pitch myself. I do consultation work. I am not a studio, but if you want to do a consultation, they are not free, and I can give you any and all the advice you need to help your son get started in the business. If he's writing, I have some great contacts in that lane, and what to do with work once he's done it. We do those offline. I don't say the price on here because, again, it ain't gonna happen over here, right? So again, I have some young lady that I'm doing a consultation for in like about a week. She was excited and can't wait to get on her acting journey. So we're doing that one in a week. So if you want to do a consultation, you send a DM to me here on this platform. My assistant is too late. It'll be tomorrow or the next day. She will talk to you, and then you'll discuss the price, the deposit, and we set it up, and you have an hour phone call with me. You tell me all the things you're trying to do, and I tell you how to get there. And it's not like I don't know how. So that's that. So the woman said they have a friend that's trying to make it. Okay, so does anybody know anything about this one? Somebody said they have a friend that's trying to make it. I'm assuming they're saying that their friend is trying to make it in fashion, because they said something about the Ebony Fashion Fair. Now, me, again, I'm an actor. I'm a director. I produce. I'm just getting into my production bag. I don't know a lot about the fashion space other than I love fashion. I do have some contacts in the fashion world, but I don't know the steps of what to do with your designs. The person who knows media and stuff in me says, if you have a friend that is a designer, and if you have a friend that has things that they want the world to see, we need to be posting. We need to be posting. They need to be posting. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm a designer. Look at this. This is the pattern I'm getting ready to start with tomorrow. And they need to be showing all of that on social media. They need to be putting their work out on social media. That is how you do it in 2026. People get discovered on social media. You would be shocked. I will use this as a segue, as a story, because I know I still owe one more story, because I had 3 people who gave the popcorns earlier. Just a side note for you guys that are in here new, I said at the beginning, let's have a good time. Let's run up the people who are in here. Be sure you like the live. Be sure you join my bulletin board. Be sure you follow. Also, if you want to throw a galaxy for all of this amazing information I'm giving, please do so. But as I mentioned, I started this thing because it's cute and I like it. It's the little popcorn with the sunglasses. And so when you give me that is when I tell the stories. And that is why I was telling the story about the audition. Okay, so here's the facts about social media. I always knew that getting on social media and being relevant on social media can help a career. Why? Because I see it. I see the results of it all day. Look at, and a lot of you guys may not know, but I can explain. Y'all know who Alex Earl is. Say yes or no in the chat. Say yes or no that you know who Alex Earl is. Oh, thank you, Soror. Say yes or no in the chat. Oh, somebody asked about Zatima. I'll get back to that in a second. Does anyone know who Alex Earl is? Say yes or no in the chat. Say yes or no in the chat. Do you know who Alex Earl is, y'all? I got to go all the way down to y'all messages. Let's see. Yeah, I am in my production bag. I am. I'm writing, and I've actually had a meeting with Viola Davis and her husband's company that went really well. I am in my production. I want to be like Issa Rae and create and do all these things. No, I have not written a book yet, but that is coming. Somebody asked where I'm from. I am born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I went to Overton High School and I got a full scholarship as a dancer. I had a dance scholarship to PCPA in Philadelphia. And then after 2 years of doing PCPA in Philadelphia, I booked a production because I wanted to be Debbie Allen. So I booked a production that was in Atlantic City. And I did a musical in Atlantic City for about 6-7 months, making money, doing what I loved. And then I moved to New York City, and I lived in New York City for about 7 years. And then I moved to Los Angeles, California. But I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Somebody says, do I have a production company? You know what? I do have a production company and name. Do I have the $5 million to run a set production company yet? No, because you need a lot of money and capital to run your production companies. But honestly, it's the best thing if you can figure that out. If you know somebody that knows somebody to help me get that started, hey, holla at me. But no, I don't have one in that name. I have one for when I do productions. Like I solidified my production name, and we keep that going. And when I do certain productions, I utilize my production name. But see that, but honestly, think about all of your favorite. Oh, okay. I got another popcorn. I didn't finish one story. I'll use that popcorn to tell another story. Okay. So Alex Earl, I'm sorry. I'm staying on track now. I got it. I'm gonna stay on track. I got you. So Alex Earl is a huge TikTok star. If you don't know who she is, young white girl, probably 20 something. Don't know her exact age. She has been able to leverage what she has accomplished on TikTok. I kind of started following her maybe 2 years ago, but she used to have really bad acne that she would talk about on these apps. She would talk about how she had horrible acne. She was always having fun. She was always at a party. She was always lit. She was always doing the things, but she was also building a brand. Because why? She would constantly talk about her issues with her acne. So then what happens? People with acne products started gifting and or paying her on her platform to use their acne products. Then cut to last year, she's got all this following because again, she dancing and hot and doing her thing. Then they picked her to be on Dancing with the Stars last year because of her platform that she built. But she was smart. So now, not only did she do Dancing with the Stars, she has now her own product line that is based to help people with skin issues, skin problems. She has her own product line. You need to be smart about your social media. Social media can be fun, but also it can be lucrative. I will tell my story about how social media helped me and I didn't even think it would. So here's for the popcorn. So we're going to go back to 2017, maybe 2016. And I had a birthday coming up. And I said, you know what? Here's the thing about me. I hate age shaming. I hate everything about the age shaming. Men can look however they want to look. They can wear whatever they want to wear. And nobody says anything about a man's age ever. It's only women that get the most of the bulk. Now, obviously, if you're with a man and you feel like he needs to lose weight or, or do something or stop smoking, that's different. But just the general consensus of women, everybody wants to be in our business and tell us what to do. I hate that narrative. So I had a big birthday coming up. I was doing double workouts. I got into the best shape of my life at 50 to prove it to myself. I need some water. Excuse me, to prove it to myself. So I'm with my photographer getting ready to go to my birthday shoot. Photographer's like, let's take a photo before we get to the location because he was just trying to test his cameras. I post that photo. That photo goes viral. When somebody says something is viral, that means you got 1 million impressions, 1 million likes, 1 million whatever. Phone is blowing up like crazy. I'm thinking something happened to somebody in Memphis. I don't know what is going on. So when I finally look at the phone, I'm like, hold on, that's Essence magazine with my photo from yesterday. Oh my God, that's Vibe.com and that CNN.com has my picture. I started getting all of these auditions because of what I posted. I started getting all of these auditions because of what I posted. So one of my auditions, I had been to these casting people before. I get an audition for the movie Logan. Logan is the last movie that Hugh Jackman was willing to do as Wolverine full thing about himself. Cause this is what this movie was. So So I have actually worked for this casting director before. So I'm thinking, oh, they know me. Okay, that's why I got this appointment. I literally go and sit down to just get ready to audition, talk to them or whatever. She's like, Elise, oh my God, we haven't seen you in so long. Oh my God. Which I'm already thinking, why y'all ain't seen me in so long? What's that about? But I can't say that. I be thinking so much stuff in them auditions, y'all, but I was like, oh, thank you for the crowd. I was like, how come y'all ain't seen me? What that about? Y'all could have been seeing me. Why are you saying that? I digress. And I know I'm glitching now all of a sudden. That's because I was being mean to the person that I know there's somebody in here that's messing with my stuff. So anyway, trust me, y'all have no idea what celebrities deal with. So anyway, so I come and I sit down and she's like, girl, I saw you break the internet. Your picture was everywhere. And then I went to my assistant and said, have we brought in Elise in a while? No, we haven't. Let's bring Elise in for this audition. That's how I got the audition for Logan, y'all. Because of what I posted on social media. So if you're over there just having fun on social media, but you really want to be an actor and you don't talk about it and post about it or do anything to move that conversation along, you know what I'm saying? By the social media page that's free 99. So anyway, so obviously I auditioned, they're pleased, but see, you also got to be smart enough. Then I got the call back. I was like, oop, okay, now that I have the call back, I called my acting coach. I was like, this is, okay, I could possibly get this with timing, all the things. I called my acting coach. I had a couple of sessions with my acting coach to make sure I was on point for the audition, for the callback, and then I ended up booking it. My point is, don't just sit around and talk on it. Some of you may not want to be actors. Some of you may be musicians, right? So pick up your guitar or sing your songs on these damn platforms. That is how Usher found Justin Bieber. He was on YouTube. Think. Put yourself out there. It's okay. Because all it's going to do, when you put yourself out there, all it does is bring back positivity and luck and opportunity to you. So I know that's crazy, right? And then I end up booking it. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling to get caught up on some of the messages. Oh my gosh, we have moved on. We're not going to say who that was. We have moved on because we're not. Y'all ain't going to get me on no blog because like I said, y'all know these blogs pick up everybody's lives, which to me, I think that should be illegal. The live is supposed to be the live. So no, I ain't going to say nothing because you never know. People just be waiting for you to say something. And throw your stuff up there. No, I have nieces, nephews. My niece is a doctor, spent a lot of money for all of on her journey. No, we do not have any children of our own. We have been okay with that for years. Somebody said I could play Stephanie Mills. I don't see that. I don't see that. I think she is amazing, but I don't think we look alike. Somebody said they do need my skin routine. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get on my TikTok shop and I'm gonna start putting things out there and, that I will put on what they call it, the orange cart. Wait, what? What is a good website to put your work on if you have a little experience in acting but no agent? So, hi, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being in here. I had a whole conversation about being on backstage.com. And if you want to, let me know if you're already on there. For me, that was how, when I did not have an agent early in my career, that's how I knew about all of the auditions, because I was on backstage.com. So you need to get on backstage.com. Somebody said something about violations. I don't have no violations. What you talk about? I mean, it's somebody that's being a hot mess that's probably stalking the page, but I don't have no violations. What you mean? We ain't doing nothing wrong over here. Somebody said if Zoe Saldana can play Celia Cruz, you can play Stephanie Mills. Now, again, you guys don't be knowing the reasonings. Zoe Saldana and her production company, and let's talk about production companies for a little bit too. Zoe Saldana and her production company purchased the rights to Celia Cruz's story. That is why she played Celia Cruz. And again, I think it is great that a lot of people have their own production companies, because that way you can do what you know your audience wants. You know what I'm saying? I think it's great that Jennifer Lopez, who's a friend low-key of mine, has her production company. And through her production company has been able to still do amazing, amazing movies. And they're number one. Let's be honest, Hollywood, and I've said this even on one of my recent posts, it's a young person's game unless you figure it out. That is also why The Rock has his production company. Neither one of these superstars are in their 30s or in their 40s. They're both in their 50s. But having your own production company and knowing you have fans that will follow whatever your work is, then you can actually tailor the work. Like Jennifer loves a rom-com. So she's going to write a rom-com and have her team do rom-coms around her age and storylines about her. Same with The Rock. He's got his own production company. He's going to give you his Jumanjis and stuff like that. He's not doing the hard-hitting running around and stuff anymore, but the projects are tailored to his humor, tailored to what he likes, because it's his own production company putting them out. That is the gold mine of being able to have your own production company, because this is going to be tailored and so much more like what you want, you know? Somebody said their niece is on backstage.com. Good. That's how I got my first movies and stuff. And somebody wants to talk about age. Halle Berry posted, she just turned 60 years old. It don't matter. Y'all stop age shaming. I don't know if you're saying it just to be in shock. You can be in shock. That's cool. But there are people who are 30 with health problems. There are people that are 20 with health problems. Aging gracefully is the goal. And there's never a shortage of me having, let me just be quiet. I'm good. That's why I don't date online. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see. I was saying I didn't get paid on my, what? Somebody said, okay, I'm gonna see if I can make sense of it. Okay, somebody said, I was saying I didn't get paid on my viral videos because it was too many violations I had on my account. Oh, okay. So here's what you need to do. You need to just, to me, if I had violations, I would post like 5 times a day, the cleanest, perfect content that I could post. Some outfits, some outfit of the days. I would do that at least 3 times a day, some dancing or music videos. I would do some things to clean it up. Some of y'all don't understand, like all the cursing, all the stuff, you're just doing nothing but taking your account down. So try to keep your accounts as clean as you can keep them. If you want to get paid, let's be clear. If you just want to have fun and have mess all over your page, have at it. But they're going to violate you and you're not going to get any money. That's just the way it goes. Oh my gosh. No, I have a sister that lives in Mobile, but other than that, I don't spend a lot of time in that part of the States. All right, let's answer a couple more questions and then I am going to head out for the evening. Somebody said, is The Rock a nice person? Now, I've only been in the presence of The Rock maybe twice, and he was lovely, but I don't know that man, you know? Somebody said they're from Chicago. What's up, Chicago? Thank you guys for being here tonight. This was fun. I'm just going to go through some of the questions, see if there's anything I missed. Oh, thank you for saying I look wonderful. Like I said, let me start to wrap some stuff up. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do Industry Night with E. Be sure, somebody said they 54 and proud. I know that's right. Be sure you're following. We do industry tips. We do things to help you get started in the industry. If you have questions about being in the industry, that is what we do. I do come back on here sometimes, do live workouts. I think I'm going to start doing more live workouts. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I got to do my sit-ups tonight, y'all. I know. Oh, so as I like to say in the beginning, so a lot of people probably missed that. I am a person who does not like, with all of the success that I've had, with all of the knowledge I've had from traveling all over the world, doing musicals, doing talent shows, traveling in private jets and life experiences and world knowledge and knowledge of television and film and the TV and film industry. I refuse to be reduced to what, and no shame. If that is your goal and the only goals you guys have as a woman or a man is the all that is marriage, that is for you. I am extremely happy in my choice. So if you are looking for somebody that you want them to complete you, find them. I feel complete, if that makes sense. And some people don't get that, and that's okay. I like being in relationships with people that I love. And when I find someone else that I want to be like around all the time, I will. But that person is going to be like-minded, all of the things that I like-minded, busy, loving their career, wealthy because that makes them not worry about what I'm doing, not wealthy because I want their money. But I have found that being with someone who's accomplished lets them be confident enough to be with a woman who is also confident and not try to dim my light. Amen. So I have all of those things that are with me. I love my life. I love the decisions that I have made. I'm happy around my nieces and nephews. I am good with that. If you would not be good with that, then definitely you should do that. You should get married. But stop worrying about a woman's womb. It's not cute. Okay? I hope you understand. What else y'all talking about while we wrap this up? Yeah, so like I said, hit the follow button. Also join my bulletin board. Again, I definitely come on about 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do Industry Night with E. If you want a one-on-one consultation, you have to send a DM, and then my assistant will call you back, and then we'll go from there to figure out what day I'm free and available. Now, this will be the last question of the night. Somebody says, do you like TV shows or... So let's talk about this. Somebody said, do you like TV shows or movies more? Here's where I'm at with it at this point. I love TV because TV pays more. Well, in my experience, TV has paid more. I've done 8 television shows as a series regular, and television pays more. If it's a successful show, you do it for years. It's not about auditioning for a while. I like that, and I like that consistency. I've seen a lot of A-list celebrities have moved over to television, and that is why. You know, they can make the Rob Lowe's and everybody has a television show because that's why. You can sit and be at home with your families and whoever you want to be with, and you can make a lot of money. You don't have to go travel as much. Now, what I love about movies, though, and I've been blessed, I've done some blockbuster movies, is they pay great, but that's just the two months or so, you know. Consistency is really a lot of the actors' goals, and that would be mine too. So I like consistency. At this point in my life, what would be a blessing is 4 years, 5 years on Grey's Anatomy. I would be through the moon. 4 years or 5 years on on a Dick Wolf show, one of his crime shows, SVU, something, I would be ecstatic. But also I'm saying these things because I would love to be on them. And I'm also saying I would love to go back and do like one more musical, be in one more musical and do either a stage play or something. I love the fact that Taraji just did her stage play and got back on stage because that's kind of where I got started. So that would be really, really fun to kind of go back and do that after all of these years, you know? What's up, Florida? Somebody says, why don't I make movies anymore? Who said I don't make movies anymore? I didn't say that. Maybe you didn't know of movies I did. So here's the deal. I have a movie called Wild Cards that, again, I was in Logan. Logan was in 2017. That wasn't that long ago. And I've done smaller movies in between then. After I did Logan, I did a movie for I've done 3 movies for BET in the last 3 years, I think. One being with Drea Michelle, can't remember the name of it, and she was crazy and tried to kill me. I've done Christmas movie for BET. I've done my show, The Black Hamptons, on BET for 2 seasons. And my show that's actually streaming on AMC Plus right now is called Grits, which is short for Girls Raised in the South. And I have a movie that I posted. See, that's why you need to follow me. I posted in the story because that's the best way to get a link out. I have a movie called Wild Cards that's actually touring and doing screenings in different cities. So I need to figure out how to post. It's hard to get links on here. You may need to go to one of my other platforms that I'm verified on to do that. Can I shed light on how actors should treat themselves like a business? That is a great conversation for the next live. Absolutely. So the question of why I don't make movies anymore, that is not even something that needs to be in here because you just don't know what movies I'm watching. And I've been on. That's that part. And you know what? I love when the AI is correct. It says an industry expert gives advice about getting started in acting. Sometimes they don't say it right, but this time they did. But listen, you guys, thank you guys for being in here tonight. It's enough time has gone by. Somebody said they need skin advice for men. I am not a man, so I don't know what to do, but I would just encourage you to follow some gentlemen with really good skin because they'll be able to get you right. And I would say also just be careful what you're eating. Everything about your skin is what you're eating. You know? What else is, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I missed. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Yay! Y'all was in here tonight. Thank you guys so much. This has been fun. This has been a good one. But I always have a good time with you guys. And again, that is why I love being on here. I love being on TikTok to share my insight of all these years I've been in this dang industry. Get you guys some really good tips and all the things. Hey, thank you guys so much for being in here. Somebody said, let's create my own production. Let's end on that. It takes a lot of money to create your own production company. And I do have productions that I already have written. So once I can get with an investor that has a good $3 million, because that's what it's going to take, then I can produce 2 TV shows and possibly a short film. But it takes money. It takes a lot of money. But we're working on it. We're working on investors right now. What else is going on? And yes, I can sing. No, I'm not Beyonce, but I do sing. Because again, how can I be a chorus girl without singing a little bit? So again, my movie Wild Cards is actually going to be touring. They're doing screenings in Detroit, screening in Chicago, I think Birmingham, Alabama. There's a whole list. So you got to pick the city that is close to you and go support. Check out the movie. I think they're just trying to get the word out about the film. So that's what I did. I shot that with Leon, who is Cynthia Bailey's husband, ex-husband. She would kill me. Ex-husband. And it's a courtroom drama. It's about this young black girl and this young white guy. It's very timely to what's going on in the news and in real life. And I play one of the jurors. And it's a lot of conversation about race, fitting in, what's right, what's wrong. And it actually won an award at Essence. So it's a really good movie. So hope you guys support it. I'm going to put a good post out about it. It just be so much going on every day. So, all right, listen, let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for being in here. Be sure you hit the follow button. Be sure you join the bulletin board, join the fan club. Anything you would like to do to support is always welcome. I appreciate you. I will probably be back here, if not tomorrow, the next day. And it's probably going to be a workout because I'm slacking. So let's kind of get that going. But appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being in here. Bye. Wait, I got to move this out the way. See you next time.